It is your faithful leader of Mindfully You. That's about it. Showing up like I do, a little behind schedule, which is funny because guess what? I have learned that my kids keep me on time. Because that is, I get excited on beautiful spring days, and I show up with this idea of offering more than I can do, which is so huge to recognize. So I'm going to sit here for a moment and ground. I have these really cute present. Look, can you guys see these? These are my little matches, constellations. But I don't know who made some, but watch this. It's really crazy. This is fire and water right here, okay? There's a delay, watch. Well, that one didn't delay because I exposed the truth. We're gonna do a little moment of getting settled and hope. Love it that you get to be live. And anybody else here, say hi, say hello. I came on a little later than usual because I'm literally fresh out of the shower. And you know what's funny is that water will usually simmer, right? It'll put a flame out. Like if I poured water on this right here, right now, it would totally put the flame out, right? However, water brings me alive, so it's essential for me to take a shower. So, I'm excited to welcome you in to this journey with your own heart, this journey of surrendering to transform. You know, that's such a teaser to get you to show up, isn't it? Anytime you use the word surrender, let go, forgiveness, making peace, some people really run away. And I was in a dialogue with fellow astro-curious friend who I think she's just become a great light in my life. So anyhow, in that greatness, we were all invited in this. The energy's always there. This is like, I like to say the conversation of the heavens is an encouragement to bring forward what it is we need to articulate or experience or share in a way as it's like a messenger of the heavens. It's a secretary, and we were all invited to speak our piece, like to make peace, right? So that energy's still very much there. It just perfected last night. It's still with us. It's still with us for a few days until the weekend. And what I thought was interesting is in the dialogue is like, you know, it's a crisis that usually, or it's an intensity, or it's like we're left with no choice, right? But we're never left without a choice, okay? But usually what happens to cause surrender, to make us finally, like we're pushed to let go. There's actually pretty forceful. Now, with that, as I'm doing this, the water symbol is because we are in fixed water, Scorpio water. It's one of my favorites, by the way. I'm Scorpio. I might be more Scorpio than I am Gemini, just so you know. But it's the idea of fixed water, like so persistent, so strong. If you thought of a waterfall, okay, landing on a rock, it will rush until it changes a substance so solid and it transforms that. Think of all the hikes you've been on or in nature you've been on where the water flows over it so much it smooths a rough rock. Well, that's what yoga does for us. You got to see the moon. It was so beautiful, Pat. That's why I'm charged up. I haven't had much sleep because of Libra moon. It hits my Pluto. Pluto is Scorpio. It's transformation. So that water, we have to surrender to it to allow for the transformation. Now, I know I'm speaking fast and I know I'm coming out with a lot of energy. So realize that usually what causes us to let go isn't usually, buy one, get one free sort of excitement. It's usually not a good deal, but it is because transformation is just what's so amazing. Why do you do yoga? Is to come back to that energy that's buried within you. That's why it's yoga soul. And so as your little guide in this movement with inspiration and motivation, it's also coming into the connection of what's inside of us. Because why else would, if we didn't have soul, why else would we do everything? Why would we have goals? Why would we have ambitions? Okay, so when we're forced to let go, we are encouraged to surrender. So in the energy of the moon, because the moon teaches us so much about what's going on inside of us, it reflects back to us what it is we need to see in the darkness. And if you got to stand under that moonlight, or maybe it filtered your room, just like the daylight, you might have found that your room was lit up at night, right? If you go for a walk in the forest, if it's, tonight should be clear, it's still going to be so fully illuminated that you'll be able to see your way. Now, to be able to see through the darkness is also this energy. And so when the moon peaks at full, it's in full illumination, it's in complete opposition from the sun, that once it shifts into that next sign, and really we have to wait 30 degrees, which we're getting towards, once it shifts completely, then what we do is we're on the downfall. But if we know the fall is coming and we're not being forced, we can be more in that energetic tide to allow transformation. And where it is, and when you work more sacred with this energy, when you go from full to the closing quarter, really the crisis that needs to be resolved. Like, what didn't you fulfill? What didn't come forward? What lesson did you learn? How can you reflect back so that when we get to the closing aspect, which will happen this weekend, that we can say, oh, I can do it differently next time. So let's do it. I'm going to save all the other energetic signatures for Thursday at 1 o'clock, April 1st at 1. I will be coming on live here in the Facebook group to share the energetic signature of April. And I'm excited because I have some other things to offer for you too, and encouragement, and not overcommitting, but encouraging. All right. So we're still in this full momentum, the excitement energy. So we're going to start standing. We're going to start standing in our light. We're going to start in the really understanding the journey of the hero is knowing when to surrender. Is knowing when. How do you know? You go inward and you connect with yourself. It's not pretty though, okay? Okay, I don't want to share anything else. So let's start standing. We'll do some hips. We'll do some core. We'll do hearts. And let's make it happen. It's going to be fun. Can you tell? I'm excited. I've had 48 hours to myself to do exactly what I want. And it's my own little rebirth. And it's so deeply aligned. And so I'm going to invite you, because when we allow for transformation, we allow for a renewal. So if we can know that by surrendering, we have a conscious invitation to speak our truth, to make greater peace, then guess what? then we give birth to the newness. We give birth to our vitality, to our light, to our ability, to our potential. So, join me. And Pat, we should do a reading sometime. Anybody who wants to do a reading, they're still there. I'm just not marketing them full force. Hi, Sarah. You get to be live too. All right. So the power to transform, your scorpionic Gemini is here. I should really say Pluto Gemini. We're going to start standing in your light, water. And no, I will have 0 children interrupting today. It's amazing. Okay, so as we stand, we can stand in the richness of our truth. We can stand in our light. We can stand with receptivity to letting go. You can have your hands on your heart or palms together. And thank you for being here with me and helping me navigate a virtual journey that I can continue to share the transmissions of my heart straight to yours. And as we set in our intention, we're setting the intention that it is already within us. And that intention is already within us. And so we're going to anchor the energy of our heart into the soil of our essence. So let's do it. 3 breaths, appreciating, invoking, and integrating. We step into the darkness to awaken to the light within. We invite ourselves to connect to that potentiality that we know is within us. We welcome in the highest. We call on our guides from all directions and draw a circle of light around each of us individually and collectively. That our intentions can be revealed to us in the ways that we need to transform and let go and accept and reawaken and renew and rise. As you breathe into your heart, feel that full splendor, full illumination, however that fullness looks to you. Invite the light that's all around you and connect to that light that's within you and just see little anchors into the earth, however that comes to you. That energy of the heart pouring straight down into the earth to support your foundation so it can transform. So the beauty of you that's so sacred can reveal herself and dance with you and come alive. One more full breath in, standing in this light, standing in your truth, standing in the ability to receive, to grow, to evolve, because we're here to nourish. As you exhale, bend your knees, hinge at your hips, fold all the way forward, touch the earth, open your eyes, relax the neck and jaw. Inhale, find length. And then exhale, bow. Find your fingertips or a block. And as you find that, both knees are going to bend. You're going to inhale, straighten the left leg, pulling up through the inseams of the legs all the way into the back of the heart. And then exhale, the knee bends. And then inhale, straighten the right leg, pulling from the earth up, inflating the back body to the heart center, and then exhaling back to the earth. So we're going to do that 3 more times, because 3 is the number today. Because we can create, we can sustain, and we can dissolve. Only to create again. And just feel that dance of energy within you. Yes, you're tight. Yes, you're not tight. Yes, you're finding your way to the mat. Inhale, find length. You showed up. So receive that light completely. Exhale, bow. 2 more times. Inhale. Stay connected to the energy of the heart, even though you're feeling your body and your being. Inhale, find length. Exhale, bow. Knees are going to bend deep. Yes. Knees are going to bend deep. Draw into the belly. Hug the outer hips towards your tail. Find length. Palms to heart center. Shoulders to the back. 3 breaths here. Feeling that power and that strength, that fierceness, but feel it connect to the earth. And then you're going to rise. Stand in that light even more fully. Inhale the arms up overhead. Find length. Hands come back behind the head. Elbows come forward. Sweep the waistline back. Shoulders drawn to the back. Keep your hips steady. Turn to the left. Breathe up that line into the back of the chest. Shoulders are drawing in. Heads pushing into hands. Exhale out completely. Inhale, come through the center. And then over to the other side. So keeping the hips steady. Draw to the belly. Lift and open. And then inhale, come all the way back through. Arms sweep up. Thighs pull back. Draw into the belly. Left elbow to the right knee. Smile. Enjoy the breath. Make your peace. Inhale, come through the center. And then exhale. Right? I'm even surrendering that you guys don't make requests because you just trust it's going to come forward. Find length. Stay connected to the heart center. Inhale all the way through. Exhale, left elbow, right knee. Yeah, 3. Fierce, strong from the top of your mat. Inhale through the center. Exhaling over. While we're in that place of transforming, we have to allow for renewal. Right? So it's really surrendering to the transformation so that we can transform. Go to the left one more time. So we can care for ourselves deeply. Inhale, come all the way through the center, rise up. Feel that strength. Big full breath in. Open the heart. And then hands go wide. Clasp the hands behind you. Shoulders draw into the back. Pull into the core. Right? Feel the ribs draw in. Belly draws in. Feet are grounded. Hips hug in. So you're in this connection to the core. Deep full breath in. Deep full breath out. Shoulders are drawing to the back. You feel this energy from the front and back of the heart anchored so that you just feel the expansion in the upper heart. Knees bend. Left heel lifts. Pull into the center. Draw into the core. You're going to draw your left knee forward. Thighs are pulling back. So remember when we were doing the knee bend, pulling up into the waistline, same thing. As your legs extend, feel the energy from the earth, pulling into the back waistline. I know. What's wrong with me? What's wrong with you? You show up. No, I'm kidding. I know it's not easy. It's not about getting your leg parallel. And then exhale, bend the knees. Shift the heart forward. Inhale. Sweep yourself open. But as your legs are straining, you're actually pulling in to the back waist. Knees bend. Oh yeah. Stretch it forward. Obviously, you can change your hands if you need to. Knees bend, shift, hinge, pivot, stretch it back. So feel the pulse and the rhythm. Oh yeah. Last one at least. Keep the hips steady. If you fall over, laugh. So does anybody feel like this is like the waterfall changing the texture of the stone? Come all the way back up. Both feet to the ground. Inhale, the arms sweep high. Hands come through the center, all the way down. Because we get to do it again. Switch the interlace of your fingers. Draw into the core. Shoulders wrap back. Knees bend, okay? So remember, when you inhale and the legs straighten, you're pulling into this back cavity. So as you re-offer, you're clear. So knees bend, right knee bends. Waistline pulls back as both legs go straight. Believe it or not, I dreamed this up. Knees bend, draw into the belly, and then shift the other direction. And it was really crazy. I was teaching, and somebody who used to always come into my class, he was in my dream. I was like, that is so weird. Well, then guess what? The next day was his birthday. Stretch back. So don't underestimate your dreams. And feel that pulse, because our dreams are associated with the water and forgiveness and that compassion. Have we done 3? I don't know. So here we go. I feel like we did too many. It's okay. There's never too many, right? Both knees bend, feet to the ground. Inhale, arms sweep high, big full breath in. Feel how alive you are. Stand in that light. Breathe fully into it. And the funny part about that dream is we did that little flow. And he was the one person who was like, oh, that's really good. That's what we need. Because that person, no, it was not John. That person, he's a Virgo, not an Aries. And that person has always supported me quietly, silently, and without a lot of words, which is sweet. As you exhale, hinge at your hips, fold all the way forward. So don't underestimate the power of what you can't see. Inhale, find length through the spine. Exhale, fold 3 times. Inhale, find length. I promise we'll do downward dog. Exhale, bow. Inhale, find length. And then exhale, bend the knees. Here it is, downward dog. Push through your hands, stretch through your legs, because we're finally getting that full extension. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale, come forward into a plank pose. So I'm doing knees down because I can actually cultivate more strength with my knees down than my knees up. But you do you. But are you willing to let go of all the ways you've done it so that you can transform? And the transformation is what it takes to reach the energy that your spirit is calling you forward. But you have to go inward at a soul level. Draw into the core, shoulders draw into the back, and just slowly come to the point where you can't go. 3 breaths. Breathe into the back of the heart. Good news is we're going all the way down, all the way to the earth. Whew, isn't that fun? Point the feet back. Hands walk wide. Find your fingertips. Just because I would say this in class, guess what? This may be the 3 breaths for you, right? Your elbows may not even be bent. It's just being here. You have to show up. You have to stand in your light to surrender to the fact that you hold light in order for the transformation to come. Feet point back, hands go wide. Find the fingertips. Elbows rise. So we're going to do Cobra push-ups. Okay, so your elbows are lifted. Inhale, just lift the legs. Okay, just the legs lift. And then exhale, the legs anchor down. Draw into the belly. Inhale, curl the heart out. Exhale, heart bows. Inhale. Elbows swing forward, by the way, as you lift your legs. Inhale, legs lift. Exhale, feet anchor. Inhale. Now I'm saying lift your legs, but you want to lift from your inner thighs. Inhale, legs rise. Exhale, legs anchor. Inhale, heart rises. Exhale, bow down. Hands reach back. Legs lift up. Let the hands go 3 times. Inhale, hands and feet go wide. Exhale, hug to the center. Inhaling, drawing in, exhaling. Come back to the center, hands under the shoulders, feet anchor, cobra or upward dog. No judgment. Do what's going to serve you, because if you do what serves you, then you light up. Draw into the belly and exhale back, downward dog. Imagine what's going to happen next year when both my kids are in school. It doesn't take much to renew. Part of that is because I got to do all the things I haven't been able to do, you guys, in like 7 years. That's a 7-year cycle that is closing, and it actually started 8 years ago. Inhale, right leg lifts. Okay, so your right leg's lifted. Draw into the belly. Now we're going to do this arm bones forward, knee to your heart, lift into your core, and then bend. The left knee, right leg rises. Lift from the inseam. So draw in, and then lift up. So part of that idea of that warrior, that initiating that fire, that spark in the heart, and allowing that transformation to come, because that art of that fixed water, that stubborn, that persistent, that sustaining water is asking us to make the change. Step it all the way through to a lunge. But we're changing with the intention of the heart. Pivot the back heel to the floor. Inhale, warrior two. If you need to bend the knee, go for it. Draw into the core. Find that strength. Feel the lift. Rise up through the sides. Arms sweep wide. No, we're not doing Shavasana today. You're going to lunge into the front knee. And then as you inhale, hands come in towards, like, it's all about me. Sorry you can't see me. And then exhale, arms go wide. Inhale. So you're feeling again, remember? That pull up. Exhale. Inhale, pulling up into that heart. And exhale. Elbow to the thigh, arm by your ear. Enjoy your breath. Enjoy the expansion that comes. And then exhale the hand to the earth. Spin the back heel up. You're going to turn towards the front. Shift the weight forward. Back leg comes parallel. Lift into the core, 3 pulses. So as you exhale, knees go down. As you inhale, pull that energy back up into the heart center. Exhale, we're changing the foundation. Inhale so that we can transform. We're surrendering. And that surrender comes all the way into the heart. As the leg shifts, you can bow further forward, hands go wide, standing splits, or whatever it is you like. You might even prefer getting both feet back to the ground. It's up to you, but we're being a little courageous today because that's what cardinal fire does. And the only way you can be courageous is by taking a little risk. This is not risky. Step it back, downward dog. Move it around, breathe it out. Celebrate your heart beating, that vitality, that renewal, that resurrection of what you love, because that's what happens in yoga, right? As soon as we start moving, and some of you who've done yoga with me for over a decade know that this always happens. This is my jam. So it shows up during fire season. The last fire season was the holidays, so I didn't teach as much. Draw into the belly. Yes, we're going to bend our elbows. So maybe your elbows, nobody even notices you bent them, but you're connected to your hips, your core. Maybe you can come super low, but 3 breaths. Feel the transformation. And then exhale all the way down. Point the feet back. Hands go wide. Find fingertips. Elbows lift. You can be on the ridges too. They come forward. Legs lift. Inhale. Lift through the inseams of the legs. You're lifting from the back of your heart. So your core lifts. Stretching all the way out to the feet. Feet ground down. Inhale. So you're feeling the energy curl up into the heart. And then exhale, bow down. As you're lifting, inhaling into the back of the heart. Exhale, the legs anchor. Inhale. You guys have to tell me after you do the class if you're picking up what I'm putting down. If you're connecting to this inhale, invite that renewal. And you have to surrender to the fact that you have to receive it. And then exhaling down, inhale. You have to inhale and surrender to the fact that your heart's here to shine. Exhale, bow. Hands reach back. Lift everything up. So our little yoga angels. Inhale. Swim with me. Dream in the currents of seeing that light carrying you and continuing to call you forward as you also step inward and bring the light in to allow for the resurgence. Come back to the center, hands under the shoulders, feet ground down. Inhale into the heart opening that's supportive for you, and move back. Downward dog. Deep, full breath in. And a full breath out. Left leg lifts, remember? Knee bent. So you gotta get everything even out. You gotta ignite from the core. Ignite from that soul line of the body. Draw into the belly, knee comes forward, shoulders come forward. It's not about being able to do right knee bends, left knee bends. Pull into the belly, right? And then feel that expansion. I mean, doing handstand is fun, don't get me wrong. And then step it all the way through. Pivot the back heel to the floor. But what good does it if you're still hard on yourself? If you're still not connected to the deeper energy and you're just always forcing. Here we go. Warrior two. I'm pausing to make sure my hip is feeling really good today. Virabhadrasana 2, the pose of the hero. What kind of hero are you? Are you a hero for everybody else? You can be if you're a hero for yourself. And that's what we're here to transform. So feel the breath, feel the connection, and then so here it is. It's like me. To serve you, right? Surrendering to the inhale. The fact that there's energy sustaining you so that you can sustain the energy around you. I know it's a little silly, but who cares? Warrior two, I know, I just feel like I need that Turiya one today. The fourth one, the Turiya. Elbow to the thigh, stretch the arm by your ear. Does anybody else notice that I've been doing 4 instead of 3? It happens, you can only do 3, or you can do 4, you can do 5, you can do however many repetitions you want at the moment that you're watching this. What energy is inside of you? What energy do you need to cultivate? Big, full breath in. What energy do you need to release? Because chances are, if you have too much air, you need to release the air to cultivate more of the earth. Exhale the hand to the earth. Inhale the back leg up. Or vice versa, you have too much fire. You gotta release the fire to bring on the water. Here we go. Legs up, draw into the belly, bend both knees. So we're surrendering, right? This is the downward flow. And then inhaling, welcoming back in. The connection, the renewal. Knees bend. Inhale, filling that left. And then you're gonna find, with the next one, where do you stay? Where do you land? Do you land here in standing splits? Or do you bring the foot down for more grounding and clearing? Do what your body asks, not what your mind demands. Inhale, we'll step it back. Downward dog, yeah. And as you're in downward dog, feel the breath, feel the extension, feel all that you're waking up through the hips, through the legs, through the core. Inhale, plank. Yep, 3 breaths. Go to the spot that can hold you, support you, and you can be clearer in the fact that you feel the change happening via strength without causing harm. And then all the way to the earth. Feet point back, hands. Find the positioning of the hands that's supportive for you. Inhale, curl the heart out. Exhale, bow. Inhale, lift the legs. Exhale, legs anchor. Inhaling. So feel that energy, the currents really coming in to sustain the energy of the heart, because the surrendering and dissolving is essential to the sustenance. You can't have one without the other. Inhale the legs. Exhale, bow down. This time you're just going to melt to the earth. 3 to 5 breaths here. Letting the breath be in the back body. And then bring your gaze to the center. We're going to roll over to our backs. You know, I'm going to tell a little story. Come onto your back, okay? Because while I'm sharing this practice, in regards to water, the way water and fire can work together rather than just fizzle out, there's a ton of air in the sky. Even the energy of the energy that moves us forward, that gives us direction, that fuels the desires and allows us to move towards them, is in an air energy. The energy that is all about creating new structures and rebuilding is also in the technology of air. And even that which allows us to expand is in air, okay? So we have this big dance of expansion and contraction and direction in the energy of air. And so with that, we also have how our ability to know what we desire, what we want, and how we want to live based on our values is in a sweet, loving conversation to building new structure, all right? But I'm looking here. Your heels are going to come under your knees, arms by your sides, shoulders drawn to the back, and just inhale, bridge pose. Feel the connection. Inseams are going down, outseams are going down. Everything's feeling the support under your legs. You're feeling that lift. Your knees are moving forward, your heart stretching open towards the crown of your head. And then lead with the inner thighs. Come down, all the way down, land, feel, and then inhale. Now as you're inhaling, feel that channel drawn to your heart. And then exhaling. So where my story is going, we're going to do it one more time, is that I have a plaque of my dad's. He was a Top Gun twice. He flew in the Air Force. Exhale all the way down. And being a fighter pilot in his own plane, he's got some stuff that he still needs to deal with. But he lives here now. Inhale, stretch the arms wide. And exhale the knees to each side 3 times. Okay? Stay connected through the inseams of the legs into the heart so your core is working. But, you know, what I thought about is that the plaque isn't all that exciting. However, it holds a lot of significance for me because it's about that resilience. And but guess what? The only way he got the recognition of being a Top Gun is because he landed the plane, right? He had to surrender the task, debrief, land it, and then receive. He had to receive the honor. And then I guess it went so well, he decided to do it again because the Saturn's in Gemini. It's kind of like you do things twice. Come back to the center, knees to the chest. Now, return. Feet come to the earth. Receive the practice so far. We've come to our backs. We've come to this greater connection. We've come to the fact that our heart rate has gone up. We're feeling life pulse through us. We can feel the fluids of our system moving. Yay, so important right now. Now what I want you to do is surrender to what your body's asking for. Hands are either going to come back by your ears or you're going to stay with bridge pose. I have no idea if I can do wheel pose yet until I stop talking and breathing, but you're gonna do just 3 pulses again. Or you can go into one pose and you would need to stay there for 9 breaths for it to work with everybody, okay? So feel, whether you're watching this live or on the replay, that how you choose to engage, even though you may not be getting the direct hit of your neighbor practicing next to you, there is a direct hit happening in the community around you, I promise. And then you take this energy that we're cultivating here and you spread it out. And so it's here. It really, there's a different transmission happening, but it's still powerful. It's just new. So don't underestimate the choices that you're making. Draw into the belly, even if you have to do things twice. Inhale your hips up and either go wheel pose or bridge pose. And you're going to go 3 breaths or stay there for 9 breaths, right? You come back down, all the way down. Using your breath. I'm not teaching you wheel pose right now, but you'll see that you have to readjust and realign. And then as you come out of it, just let your arms go. Don't bring your knees into your chest. If you can, let your legs stretch out long and let all that energy settle. So what you're doing right now is you're surrendering to all the transformation you just cultivated. To our bellies and move back into downward dog. So maybe you don't even want to go to your belly. You just want to find your way to downward dog. I hope that I can, if you're doing this with me, I hope you can celebrate with me that when you continue to show up, even through injuries, but you realign and you readjust through the crisis the body is bringing forward, and you stay connected, guess what? The vitality comes back. I can't tell you how good it feels to move without this quiver. Downward facing dog. So I hope I can be an example. My whole life story is about resilience. Okay? It's not so much that I fight until the plane crashes. I just learn how to navigate via the inner horizon. And when I need to, I feel like I'm stalling out, I know what direction to point the nose of my plane, my vehicle, the container that's allowing me to fly, and I know when to ground it too. And I mean, come on, we all want to take a plane somewhere, right? We all want to take a plane somewhere. Inhale, right leg lifts, and exhale, step it through to a lunge. Back knee can be higher or low. I'm going low so I don't overdo it. Twist. Full breath in. Full breath out. I'm going to do this transition differently than I usually do, okay? As you exhale, hand comes to the earth. Point the left foot back and come seated. Right knee comes in. Do you see how much my left knee still needs to come up? Still not fully healed. Draw into the belly, find length, and we're gonna twist. Shoulders to the back, open the heart. Pull into the core, find the twist that serves you. I'm bringing both hands to heart center, shoulders to the heart. And I'm actually not looking where I've been. I'm feeling the connection to twist to the right, but I'm looking to the left. Deep breath in and a deep breath out. Inhale, come all the way back through the center. Anybody want to take a guess of what's about to happen? So we landed. We checked the energy. How's the foundation doing? How's the soil? We've opened our hearts. We've moved with strength and hopefully honor as we've danced through this transition. So now we're going to navigate and do things a second time. Inhale. Yep. That. Left leg parallel. Draw into the core. Find that length. Step the foot back. High lunge. Strong legs. Inhale, arms rise up. Feel that connection through the center. Hands overhead. You're going to straighten the front leg, bend the back knee, and then straighten the back leg, bend the front knee. This is my little unicorn moment. Draw in. You can even come to the crown on your head, and exhale, lunge. So back knee bends. Inhale, front leg straightens. It's not easy. Draw into the belly. Now as you're here, find the length. Feel the length here, and then twist. Right? Shoulders drawn to the back. We're going to step it forward into revolved chair. Step it all the way forward. So we might be doing things twice, but they're looking different. Inhale, come all the way back through the center. Arms sweep up high. Bend. Actually, no, let's do it this way. Bend the left knee. Draw into the belly. Pull into the back body. Either hand holds onto the knee or you hold onto the foot. Draw into the core and twist. Remember the me. Feel the lift as you extend. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, come all the way back through the center. Knees bend. Sweep it back. Warrior 3. Draw into that core. Find that length. And then we're going to go into revolved half moon. Hiya. Big deep breath in. Deep full breath out. Feel those 3 breaths. Inhaling, feeling the connection in. Exhaling, expanding out, however you want to connect and engage. And then step it back. Downward dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step it through. Knee high or low. Draw into the core. And open up. So feel how quickly do you drop and disconnect between your rib cage and your hip point. So as you inhale, feel that energy pulling up. You can even feel it pulling from your hand to your heart too, right? And twisting. Don't lose the connection back here. This is where your soul resides. Oh, yes. Inhale, come back through the center. So I'm just transitioning a little differently. You can also glide the knee forward. Sitting all the way back. It could be a harder transition. Hands to the eye of the knee. Find length and find your twist. Holy cow, it's hard for me to twist this way. Wild. Draw into the belly. Anchor the hips. Find length in the spine. And then feel the twist where it's taking you. It took me straight to Ganesha, the great archetype and symbol that can be the obstacle that stands in the way. And sometimes those obstacles are blessings. It's a great protector. Always with us, however you see that energy. Inhale, come all the way back to the center. Shift the weight forward. Back leg lifts. Draw into you. Draw into the essence of you, the depth of you. Find length through the spine and twist. No, center. Inhale, come all the way up. So you can find your hands however you like. So we're gonna find this knee bend, back knees bending down, internally rotating, and then you keep that internal rotation as you lunge forward. Keep the belly connected and the heart lifted. I mean, come on, you guys. The trees out my window yesterday were not blooming, they're blooming today. That's how powerful when we receive and surrender to that depth. Find that length, twist into our roots, and feel the growth at a soul level. Beauty comes forward. I know, when you put it that way, it sounds pretty good. You're gonna step the back foot forward. Ugh. I'm just so grateful my leg can sustain me. Draw into the belly. May not be pretty at first. When I first learned to fly, it was not pretty at first. And then inhale, come back through the center. Yeah, right knee lifts. Draw in, feel the connection. Hand to the foot or to the knee. Draw in. Remember me. I'm breathing into me. I'm allowing the light. I'm standing in it fully. And then twist. And then inhale, come back through. Knees bend. So you're pulling in, expanding out, but you're feeling that lift into the center and then twisting. And then exhale it back, right? Downward dog. Big full breath in, full breath out. Exhale the knees to the earth and move back, child's pose. All the way back down to the earth. By surrendering, I mean, Shavasana is surrendering, but it's in this loving way. So just melt for 5 breaths. Exhale out completely, and inhale, rise all the way up. You can come seated or on your knees or cross-legged. So I'm gonna face you just because it feels weird not to. I'll do this. I want you to feel just this energy of you. How, right? I came in strong, and through the whole practice, I'm still pretty pumped up. I'm pretty excited. But I'm also able to settle. And so that's the idea that I really am trying to invoke, is that you can feel that when you allow the surrendering, like you surrender to downward dog, you surrender to the flow that was presented, you've surrendered to doing virtual yoga, you've surrendered to not being able to be live, but doing the replays. We've surrendered to so much. So it's really important that we also honor the triumph. So surrendering isn't about just waving a white flag and throwing in the towel and quitting. It's actually about settling and realigning and reclaiming and returning to the depth and listening and tuning in to receive all the different signs and symbols that are coming through, not from our fear and instability, but from the light. So we're gonna do Ujjayi breath, the breath of triumph, the breath of not victory over something, but to feel the victorious nature within ourselves, because the cardinal fire energy, the leadership energy, is really about that innocence, that youthfulness, that ability to be present into all that sits before us. So, Ujjayi breath is the Jaya is the victory, and the Uj is actually, I'm not able to tell you right now because I can't remember for the life of me. So you're going to breathe, feeling the belly steady. It's where you make, it's like fogging up a mirror, you know. So the mouth is closed. You breathe through the nose. You can also do Kapalabhati. If you've got sinuses or you're really stuck, do the Kapalabhati breath, but I'm going to guide you through Ujjayi. You're going to breathe more into the back of the heart. So the humming, the ha sound that you usually hear, we're not trying to penetrate that sound. We're actually trying to direct it down and in to really nourish the roots so we can continue to be rooted to allow that energy and beauty to come forward. 3 minutes or 1 or 3 breaths. You get to do you. You're in charge of you. You choose how you engage. If you need to, even just see a root from your heart center, or like, I like to see like a tree, like a lot of roots that aren't surface. I'm not a softwood. You know, you have the one that goes all the way down, but there's also the branches off, and you feel that network that you're receiving the nutrients from the dark, cool depths. And from here, we'll go into Shavasana really quietly, and you can just continue to surrender, receiving, really inhaling the light in. But watch the mind and its curiosity and its communication, and ask it to sit above you and shine its wisdom down to you, its perspective, its ability to see the bigger picture, so that it knows how vital it is that you sit and breathe the health and vitality into the depths of your being. Breathe into the royalness of your own heart, that sacred, divine, beautiful, graceful energy that's being replenished and renewed with every breath in and every breath out. Celebrate your ability to even just try to sit and breathe with greater awareness. Let go of the idea of some amazing sort of spark of divinity changing your life in radical ways, because it is happening whether you realize it or not. Cleansing breath in, And a cleansing breath out. Let your head bow, let your hands come together. And then just keeping your energy inward, you're gonna transition and lying all the way down, feeling yourself navigating the outer expression through an inner understanding. And then just rest into the earth. You might need your knees hugging into your chest. You might need extra support. Honor yourself. Find pleasure in the ability to be you. Enjoy your breath. Enjoy your life. Enjoy this moment to be present to the fact that you are alive. This is the quintessential moment of everything I've been talking about, is that we surrender to really breathe into the transformation, because this is where the clarity resides. You get a little dose each time you do yoga. Wiggle, move, roll to one side, and then find the seat that supports you and serves you, and be supported. Know that you're here to nourish and evolve so that we can live, and we can live brilliantly together. As you come seated and come upright, feel the energy of the heart more anchored. But in that anchored connection, there's a flourishing, there's an expansion. Bring the hands over the head. Jaya Jaya Karanave Sri Mahadeva Shambho. It's just that celebration that we have arrived, and with great compassion, we can feel the upsurge of the victory. And so we bring that energy of that divine nature of ourselves, of our souls, into greater crystallization with the heart and the mind and the body and our life. And I thank you. Because here's the deal. Perhaps the idea of surrendering to transform doesn't appear to be really enticing until you do it. And then you get to reap and drink from the nectar of your efforts. And that is the salve of the soul. So from my heart to yours, namaste. From the depths of me to the depths of you, I really can only hope that this transmission reaches you and inspires you, and that you get out into nature, and but no matter what time of year, you can witness that so much more is happening and through the pace of nature, right? We know that what we want, we may not have immediate results, but because we stay disciplined and consistent, that then we are always putting forward the energy to no longer be stuck or in the pain or in the confusion. And when we can let go and we can make our peace and we can speak our truth, the beauty just starts to expand potentially. So I thank you so much wherever you're finding this. And you will find me live again and again. I'm not taking my Facebook Lives away and all the things that I'm going to do. But I'm doing them slowly. That we are going to, hope, I love that. Permission plus surrender equals transformation. That is beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you so much for reframing that for me. I will continue to be here live. And I will continue, look at you guys, discipline and consistent in love and dedication to well-being. On fire today. Thank you guys. I am on fire. It's amazing. It doesn't take much to renew. But I will continue to show up live. And I will continue to bring forward the offerings of my heart. And I thank you so much for showing up with me. It's so essential right now, however that looks for you. You got to take it when it comes, right? When things are good, you just got to go for it. So I will continue. I will be here Thursday morning at 10 for yoga. But I'm also going to do the first of the month at 1 o'clock. I can't believe it. I'm really making things happen. The first of the month at 1 o'clock, I do the, thanks Sarah, I do the energetic signature. And April 1st, there's a lot that I'm going to share. Somebody said to me yesterday, what's going on cosmically? I'm like, always something. Yes, fire season does feel so good right now. But here's the deal, just a little heads up. We have all this fire. It's going to get really agitating in the next couple of days because we've been in this like land, and now we're like, right? But then we're going to go again. So just realize that. Maybe I can finally do my sound effects, storytelling. But I really, really appreciate you guys. However you find this, just your dedication keeps my fire going. And so I thank you from my heart to yours. Ciao. Until next time, enjoy the sunlight. Let it bathe you. Even catch that moon. Bathe in that moonlight and just bathe in it for humanity as a whole. Okay. Bye, you guys.